Steal the attention at my wedding? Two can play at that game. I had dreamed of my wedding to my high school sweetheart John since I was a little girl. After 10 years together, we were finally tying the knot on a beautiful summer day under the big oak tree in my backyard. Everything was perfect: the flowers, the music, and most importantly, marrying the love of my life surrounded by all our friends and family. I was floating on a cloud in my gorgeous lace gown as I walked down the aisle towards John. We exchanged heartfelt vows that had everyone dabbing their eyes with tissues. The ceremony finished flawlessly and it was time to celebrate. John and I had our first dance as husband and wife and it was pure magic. I was bursting with joy. But just as the dance ended, one of my bridesmaids, Beth, grabbed the mic for an announcement. She gushed that her boyfriend Mike had proposed to her last night and she was engaged. I felt my smile falter even as I offered congratulations. All eyes were suddenly on Beth, admiring her ring and offering enthusiastic congratulations. Don't get me wrong, I was happy for her, but did she have to announce it at my wedding reception? This was supposed to be about me and John. I held my tongue and kept up a cheerful facade, though inside I was fuming. Beth knew this was tacky and stealing my thunder on my big day. She was usually my closest friend, but this betrayal cut deep. I plastered on a smile as people swarmed Beth, ignoring the bride and groom. A few months later I received Beth's wedding invitation listing me as the maid of honor. How ironic after what she pulled, I thought. But it gave me an idea for some innocent payback. I knew Beth was micromanaging every detail for a flawless pink and white theme. So on the big day, I secretly swapped the white rose petals in the flower girls' baskets for light blue ones. The confused look on Beth's face as the blue petals were tossed was priceless. But she just smiled and went along with it. At the reception she was in a panic trying to figure out the blue petal fiasco. All I offered was an oblivious shrug, though inside I was giggling. I couldn't wait for my speech introducing the slideshow I made. I clicked through the approved fun photos, then got to my surprise finale and ultrasound. I announced I was pregnant with a boy. More blue. Beth looked ready to explode as I took the spotlight again. It felt so good to give her a taste of her own medicine. John whisked me away as Beth's angry mom approached. I called out gentle, "I'm pregnant." Phone meekly. John told me later about all the other tricks Beth's bridesmaids played on her, thanks to some cash I distributed rigging the bouquet toss, putting blue dye in the toilet tanks, having the band play It's Raining Men as she walked down the aisle. A perfect dose of karma. Beth unsurprisingly ended our friendship after that stunt. But John and I weren't done yet. A few years later, we heard through the grapevine that Beth was newly divorced and back on the dating scene. As luck would have it, we spotted her at a restaurant bar on a date. We sauntered up hand in hand and sat down right next to her. The look of horror and outrage on Beth's face when she saw it was us was utterly satisfying. She sputtered excuses and ran out, leaving her poor date behind. John and I had a good laugh over a bottle of champagne. After all that time, our revenge was complete. Stealing the spotlight on someone's wedding day has consequences. Beth learned that lesson the hard way. I'll always cherish getting to publicly humiliate her after she tried to make my marriage all about her. The best part is that now, whenever I see those wedding photos framed in our home, I don't feel anger anymore. Just sweet, sweet vindication.